So I think about my journey and I think about where I've gone, where I've been, the things that I've done. And I think about some of the things that have held me back. Some of those things being my expectations and my desires for the people that I encounter, the relationships that I have, the choices that I make, thinking that it's going to shift the relationship or shift me to shift into a better version of whatever that person needs. And the more I clue into what's happening around me, and the more I clue into what I am supposed to be doing, the more I realize that a lot of those things that I thought were important really aren't important. When I decided to start shifting my opinion and beliefs about expectations, when I decided to start thinking about what is more important, I realized that it's okay to be alone. I remember that there was a time that I was so desperate to have people in my life and have a relationship, and some of those people weren't very healthy for me, and when it comes down to it, it's sometimes easier to be alone and not have any friends, or not have like the spouse that we think we should have, or the family members that we think we need in our life, than it is to keep chipping away at what sucks us dry and sucks the energy from us. And the more I choose to stay away from people, the happier I am, because some of those people just aren't meant to be part of my life. They're not meant to encourage, edify, and exalt me. They're meant to teach me to not be offended. They're meant to teach me to be stronger. They're meant to teach me to walk away from expectations. Yet the reality is that I can choose to be part of these people's lives who sucked me dry. Or I can focus on the Most High, and I receive a whole different level of joy, happiness, peace, and connected thought processes to my existence. I walk away from worrying about things that I don't need to worry about. I walk away from the desire to have things just right. I walk away from the desire to do this or do that. And the reality is, all of this withers away. All of it dies. All of it fades. And just like it dies, all of it is born or is created. And so we all go through a journey. We all have a path. Yet the ultimate path is to encounter peace and joy and love and kindness and gentleness and self-control, and above all, humility. Yet if we're so focused on shifting what we do, how we do it, who we're doing it with, in exchange to sacrifice our peace and our joy, we're doing it wrong, you guys. And it's okay to be alone. It's okay to not receive what we think is the love that we're supposed to get from these people that we continue to encounter. It's okay to be rejected, because people are going to reject us. We have to remember, people rejected Yeshua and his own people killed him. So what do you expect is going to happen from the people that you're choosing in your life? And not all people that are in our lives are meant to edify, encourage, and exalt us. Some of them are just there to push us along our growing process. And we can choose to either allow that push to tear us down allow us to wallow in the sorrow and the depression and the sadness, allow us to replay what they said or what they did in our heads over and over again, allow us to go over the circumstance or the situation over and over again. Or we can look at it and just realize that some people are just miserable people, and some people just aren't at the level of their path to want something better and different. Some people never realize that they're allowed something better and different. But I'm going to tell you guys what, if you want something better, you want something different, if there is a will, there is a way. And once we choose to stop putting so much of our will into the things that have power in us or over us, stop putting our will into the things that try to control us, stop putting our will into the things that are trying to destroy us, and start putting our will into ourselves and transforming ourselves so we can leave behind a beautiful legacy of growth and change and transformation, a beautiful legacy of rebirth and being born again. We can, in fact, have a wonderful outcome, and so can the people that we know, so can our future generations. And so, similar to what Moses went through with the 40 years and the Israelite people escaping, some of them didn't get to enjoy the promised land, but their future generations got to enjoy what their legacy left behind, what their hard work and their perseverance and their strength left behind, what their challenges and them choose to grow and to transform and to be born again, what that left behind for the future generations. And we can do the same thing. We can choose to walk away from our expectations, walk away from our attachments to the things of this world, so we too can have something wonderful, not only for ourselves, but when we leave this current earth, we can leave behind something wonderful for our future generations. And I know that that's something that each and every one of us want, but sometimes we question, how do we do it? We say, well, that sounds easier said than done, to just detach. I can't detach because that means that this person gets to just do whatever. No, they don't get to do whatever. That's what boundaries are for. And sometimes we just don't hang out with miserable, toxic people. And so just remember that all good things don't come easy. And yeah, walking away and focusing on ourselves and growing and becoming what we are meant to be, becoming what we were created to be, and to have a purpose and finally recognize our purpose. It may not be easy, yet at the same time, it allows us to be able to grow into wonderful people. And the more we practice at becoming this wonderful person, and the more we seek the Most High to guide us and to guide our paths and direct us, the easier it becomes. So don't give up on a brink of a miracle, because that miracle's right there. You just have to look around and notice it. The change has already happened. You just have to look around and notice it. So just hang in there, guys. Everything's going to work out for the better good, because if there is a will, there is a way. And once we shift our will to doing what has purpose and what provides life, the way is absolutely amazing.